Hi, I'm Steve Adubato. That was from the New York Theatre Ballet. We're joined by Diana Byer, founder and artistic director of the New York Theatre Ballet. How you doing?
I'm doing great.
What were we looking at? Describe that for us.
We were looking at the company of dancers, our principals, Stephen Melendez, Elena Zalman, Amanda Schreiber, and one of the great, for me, the great ballets, Anthony Tudor's Dark Elegies.
When did you get into and become fascinated by ballet?
I was 3 years old.
Come on, stop. Don't make stuff up.
I was 3
We
years
don't lie on
old.
public television.
Wait, no, this
Seriously.
is what happened. I was this very chubby child, and the pediatrician said...
Prove it. I need a picture, but go ahead.
The pediatrician told my mother if I didn't do something active, I'd be an obese adult, so she took me to modern interpretive dance. That's what it's called in those days.
This is, Dare, can I say where this was in New Jersey? Trenton, New Jersey.
Right.
Trenton makes?
The world takes.
I just wanted to make sure. So you do this at 3, and what happens?
I just loved dancing. And, you know, I was one of those kids that as soon as I started, I knew that's what I would do with my life. I knew when I was 3 years old that I was going to dance.
What did you love about it?
I loved moving. I loved the music. I just loved jumping and turning and a lot with the music. I adored the music.
So starting the ballet, starting itself, how does that happen, theater ballet?
Well, theater ballet happened in 1978. I was 3, no?
Of course you were.
And it was because there were a group of us studying with the great Margaret Krask, and we had all come back from other jobs outside of New York, and we really wanted to work in New York. And some of the boys decided they wanted to choreograph. And of course, they wanted to choreograph a whole evening just of their work. And I thought, this is ridiculous. You're going to use the same dancers. Why don't you each choreograph one piece and we'll try and put on a show? And I said, I'll do the work. I'll do the administration work. And the first one was successful. And I said, OK, I'll do it for 3 months, but then find somebody. And it's been 39 years.
And describe today what goes on there.
We have a school. We have the company. We tour all over. We tend to go to smaller theaters that don't usually get something live. It's one of our missions. We also play big theaters as well, but one of our missions is to go into communities that don't get live entertainment. And I run a program called Lift Community Services.
Say it again, Lift. I want to talk about that.
Lift Community Services. It's a scholarship program for children living in city shelters or are otherwise at risk or can't afford any kind of arts training. And it's more than just dance. It's to give the children everything they need for good learning, not just for arts.
You know, it's interesting. I was thinking about this. Part of your job, part of our job here, on the business side, let's say, is securing the underwriting, the support, the financial support to make it happen. And we actually learned about you through our friends at Investors.
Yes, right.
Kevin
That's
Cummings.
our bank.
Yeah, Kevin Cummings is a great guy. But what I'm really trying to get at is, you're an artist, right?
Yeah.
You're a dancer, but the business side of things, the need to raise money, the need to manage that money, where did that skill set come from? Because we have to do the same thing here. Well,
I'm not sure how skilled I am. I do the best I can. I think that you
they
do
would
what
have
you have
thrown you
to
out
do.
if you weren't any good, but that's another story.
No, you do what you have to do. And I go out almost every night, meet and greet, network. And
You're
we have,
schmoozing.
yes, and we have organizations that like what we do. And I stretch a dollar as far as I possibly can. I'm very good at it. And I make sure the company has what it needs, and the children have what they need, and the audience has what they need. That's my job.
Go back to the kids. I'm fascinated about the whole idea, the whole LIFT initiative. What do you see in those kids when they're exposed to an art form they otherwise would never be exposed to?
Well, it's been proven. I mean, there's been tests done that it just improves their academic skills. We teach learning skills. You have to have learning skills to succeed in the world. And children are integrated into the regular classes, and I know who comes from a shelter, but nobody else does, so it's safe. They can just come in. I make sure they have the school uniform, that they have everything they need. And it's Stephen Melendez, who you just saw on the
Yes.
film, is from that program.
He is?
Yes, he was the second year. I've had him since he was 7, and now he's a principal dancer, and he dances all over the world. He was a finalist in the Nureyev competition. He was a finalist in the Clive
Rudolph
Barnes
Nureyev.
competition.
That name. So what does that do for you when you see Stephen doing that?
I'm happy for him. I'm happy that I had a hand in his development, but it really was him. I just gave the tools. It really is the child. They just need the tools, and that's my job.
So some of them, I was going to ask you if some of them actually stay with it, and you just answered.
Most of the children do stay through high school, and I was really proud. This past year, we had 3 children graduate high school, and all 3 got a full ride to the first choice college.
I'd say you're pretty darn good at this.
And some don't do dance. I mean, one child came to me when she was 9 from a group home, and now she's in graduate school. She's the first one in her family to graduate high school. That's what the arts do.
It's, I think about it, even if someone doesn't go into, quote unquote, the arts, the ability to work with other people, to work really hard, to get through.
Yeah, like a loving discipline, and to know that their behavior affects everyone around them, and they get good learning skills. It's about education.
These are life lessons.
Yeah.
By the way, what can folks expect this season?
Oh, well, coming up, I'm very excited. It's Jerome Robbins' 100th birthday, and we're doing 3 of his rarely seen ballets at 92Y in March. And then after that, a dear friend of our company, David Vaughn, passed away. And he was the archivist with the Merce Cunningham Company. In fact, he was the first archivist in history. He kind of started that whole thing of having archivists. And we're doing a concert at Florence Gould Hall in April, and it's going to be David's favorites, and it's his favorite ballets. We're doing, Richard Alston's flying in from London to do a new piece in his memory on the company, and then we're doing some Frederick Ashton ballets, which he wrote the Bible on Frederick Ashton. So I'm very excited.
And a whole range of children's
And then we have children's performances coming up. We're doing the Alice in Wonderland Follies, which is really fun. It's like a vaudeville show for kids telling the story of Alice in Wonderland. It's by Keith Michael, who has done a lot of work with us.
It's very exciting. Diana Byer is the founder and artistic director of New York Theatre Ballet. She's been doing it for just a couple of years and getting better every year. Thank you so much.
I hope so. Thank you.
Appreciate it. Stay right there.
Thank you.
We'll be right back right after this.
One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been a production of the CAUCUS Educational Corporation, celebrating over 25 years of broadcast excellence. This special edition of One-on-One with Steve Adubato is brought to you from the Tisch WNET studios at Lincoln Center. Funding has been provided by Investors Bank, Holy Name Medical Center in Teaneck, New Jersey, Guarini Institute for Government and Leadership at St. Peter's University, the Turrell Fund, supporting right from the start NJ, United Airlines, the Northward Center, and by New Jersey Sharing Network. Transportation provided by Airbrook Limousine, serving the metropolitan New York, New Jersey area.